Hey guys, today I am filming my monthly makeup basket for October. This video is going up really late. I'm super behind in videos. I just haven't really had the energy to film them, and part of that reason is because I am pregnant, which is super exciting. We just posted on our social media today. We've already, told our friends and family weeks ago we wanted to wait until we were in the clear. So I'm about 13 weeks at this point, which is super exciting. If you guys have been following me for a while, you might remember last year around April, May, I had a miscarriage, and we've been trying ever since to have a baby. So we've been trying for over a year. So we are super duper excited. We of course do not know the gender yet. As soon as we are able to know, we're going to do a gender reveal party to find out like right away. I can't wait. I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful. And I've watched so many of my YouTube friends, especially people in the Project Pan community recently, that have shared their miscarriage stories, and everybody's experience is absolutely different, but there is something that connects us all for people that have experienced that, because it is so intense and it is a trauma. And I'm happy to see that as of now, I'm on the other side of it, and that I was able to get pregnant, even though again we were trying for over a year. So we were starting to get a little nervous about it. Honestly, we actually did go to a fertility specialist at the beginning of COVID, and we had done a little bit of testing, and we were thinking about going through and doing some procedures, are not the right word, but we thought about we might have to do IVF. We thought about those different things, but we honestly just didn't have the money at the time. And I'm so glad that we didn't have to start that at this point, and we were able to just get pregnant naturally, which is super exciting. So I'm still, every single day praying for a healthy baby that will come to full term. And I'm just super excited. So thank you all for all of the love and support that I've gotten so far. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say about that. But yeah, basically the only symptoms I've had is that I'm super nauseous. I actually have no morning sickness, which is awesome, but I'm super nauseous, and I've just been tired, low energy. I've been irritable. Like, I've been crying at like the silliest things on TV. I can't remember what I was watching, but my sister was like, "Are you crying?" I was like, "Yes." Like the craziest things on TV. And more than anything else, you guys have probably heard me mention it in a couple videos over the past couple months, where I'm saying that like I just can't stand the smell of stuff, and really like that's my main thing. Like if something is overly coconut scented, gotta go. Cherry, gotta go. Like there have been so many things that I've returned or decluttered recently that normally I wouldn't love, but it wouldn't bother me that much. My sense of smell is off the chain, and I just like cannot handle certain scents. But I'm very fortunate those are all the symptoms I'm having so far. So I will keep you guys updated as we go. I don't really have any bump to share with you yet. I just look like I've got some chunky corona weight right now, so I can't really tell what's what. But I will keep you guys updated mostly on Instagram along the way. Let me know if there's anything you want me to share. But anyway, thank you all for listening to my little life update there. And now we will get into the video, and I have so many products. I was able to use mostly everything last month, which I'm really proud of. I'm very excited, but it was a challenge. I definitely only got to use like my eyeshadow products like one time each, which is a shame, especially for palettes. But I do have some reviews that I wanted to do for you guys today, and then I'll show you the new products. But moving forward, I'm gonna do the reviews in a separate video, some of them, and I'm just gonna call it speed reviews, like a lot of people are doing, which I think is really helpful, especially for the products that are either new or just new to me. There might be some other products that I will update you on in the regular updates, but I hope that makes sense, just because I know these videos are about to be really long, and I want to break it up a little bit, and you guys might be interested in those two things separately. So we will start by going through all the stuff I have to review that I tried out last month. So I'm going to be quick. So I tried a couple different complexion products, 2 foundations, the Urban Decay Stay Naked and the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid. For both of these foundations, they were fine. They gave medium coverage. They both had more of like a natural finish. They were not matte enough for me, and the colors weren't perfect. This one was okay. It's a little bit more neutral, but I was able to make it work. But the Urban Decay is a little dark and then it oxidizes for me, and I've just decided that I'm gonna pass these on. These aren't that bad, but I have several foundations. I bought some new ones, which I'm gonna show you soon. So I think that I can give these to someone who would get more use out of them, or it would be more compatible with their skin type. So I think these are probably better for people with dry or normal skin. And something that was super disappointing was this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer. I've loved this for years. I've been through so many of them, and they came out with this new shade number 95 Cool Ivory, which of course is too light for me, which I knew. I tried mixing with other concealers. It doesn't necessarily mix that well because this is such a different formula, but I heard someone else say that they changed the formula, and I feel like they did. It didn't blend as nicely. It didn't give as much coverage. It didn't, it like dried really quickly. I can't tell if it's just the color or if really the formula changed, but I do not love it as much as I used to, which is super disappointing. I thought about buying the neutralizer shade, which is more yellow, and mixing them together, but like I said, I think this has changed and I just don't love it like I used to, which is a shame. So I'm gonna get rid of that as well. Next is a powder I tried. This is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. So this is like, the color works for me pretty well. It doesn't necessarily oxidize under the eye, but it's light enough that I can make it work. It's just okay. I just don't love it, and I do prefer loose powders for under my eyes. Not a bad product, but just okay. So I'm gonna be decluttering that one as well. So 4 declutters so far. Then I wanted to update you on the cheek products that I used. I used all the blushes, loved them all, but for the bronzer, I use the Anastasia Powder Bronzer in Saddle. All of the bronzers from this line are really red or pink tone, except for this one. This is the most warm. This one is really dark for me, so I have to be careful with it. I originally thought this was gonna be a good fall bronzer for me. It works, but I think this would be better for summer when I have a tiny bit of color, because this is really dark and I have to be careful. Love the formula, but next year I'm gonna use this one in the summer. Then for some highlights, so this is the Nobla Skin Glaze and Highlight in Ozone. The color is really pretty. This is more of a gelée formula, which is not my favorite. I just feel like it's a little harder to apply, or it just, like, it looks smooth in a swatch, but I feel like on the cheeks it's not as smooth. But this one was better than other gelée formulas that I've tried. I did enjoy this, but I'm not head over heels in love with it like other people are. I do still want to try the blushes and the bronzers from this line, because I think that they might perform a little differently. But this is pigmented. It does blend onto the skin nicely. I like it. I'm just not in love with it. Then I've got 2 more face products. These are highlights. So the first one was in the makeup basket. This is Becca's Vanilla Quartz, which is a really nice, very fair shade with a golden undertone or golden flash to it. And I found it to be very similar to Kat Von D Thunderstruck. You can tell this one's a little bit more white. And these are very similar, and I felt I couldn't really justify having both of these, and the Becca one is more wearable. So while I enjoy this one, I wouldn't use it as a shadow. I would just use it as a highlight. And I do need to declutter my collection a little bit, bring down my numbers a bit. So I'm going to keep the Becca and I'm going to pass on the Kat Von D. It makes me a little bit sad, but I haven't used it all year and I have so many similar highlights. Again, they're not exactly the same, but I prefer the Becca. So Thunderstruck is gonna go as well. Then for eyeshadow, I wore all my singles except for my 2 Dose of Color shadows. So I'm gonna put these to the side to hopefully wear them later this fall, but I don't know, we've got so much going on. So this is the Block Party Shadow in Teal Me More, which I've actually never used, which is such a shame. And then this Warm Brown is Encore. These are just okay. Well, I should say at least this one is just okay for me, but I do wanna get more use out of them because they were very pricey. Then for palettes, I don't think this was all of them, but these are the ones I wanted to update you on. ColourPop Good Sport. I created one look with this. I didn't love it. I really thought I would love these 2 matte shades, but for some reason they were not blending very well on me and they looked a little patchy. And I've decided I'm gonna get rid of this palette, which is crazy. I know everybody loves this. It's very coveted, but it's similar to Too Faced Gingerbread Spice, but I like that one better. So I will be decluttering this palette. Then I've got the Juvia's Place Saharan, and I had actually gotten this as a free gift from Ulta. I did create one look with this. It was just okay. I think Juvia's Place has a really nice formula, but I'm gonna declutter this one as well. Again, the colors are really pretty. It's a great formula. I just don't know how much I would reach for this palette, and it will be a great thing to give to somebody else. Oh gosh, it's hard for me. I was so excited when I got it, but just don't use it. And then the third palette I'm going to be decluttering is this Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. Really pretty, but the shades did not perform as well as I was hoping they would. I felt like I really had to layer them up. And some of the shimmers were just like shimmery, some were nice and metallic. And I really like some of the shades in here, but overall the look I created was like just okay, which is a shame. And I have so many similar shades in formulas that I prefer, so I will be letting go of this one. And I don't think I'm gonna buy any Violet Voss palettes in the future. I mean, let me know if you would try them and you feel like some perform better than others, because I've tried 2 so far and have not been impressed. So decluttering 3 palettes, which is crazy, but I'm happy to get my numbers down because I'm constantly buying new palettes. So then I wanted to review 3 new palettes to me, or 3 palettes I tried for the first time this month. Sorry, I'm trying to move this basket around so it doesn't fall on the ground. So the first one, Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. I used like 4 or 5 different, I think. Then I have 3 other palettes I used for the first time. This one is Urban Decay Naked Honey. I used, I think, 4 shades from this palette. I thought it was fine. It performed fine. I think the colors are too similar. I wish there was a little bit more variation in here. And I know some people have really loved it, and I thought I would as well. But honestly, it was just okay. I think I'll like this more when I pair it with some other things. I got it for half off, so I'm happy with that. If I would have just gotten this with a 20% off coupon, I would have been disappointed. Colors are just too similar. Then I have the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice Extra Spicy palette. Really enjoyed this one. I think that, like, yes, there could be a little bit more variety in these colors, but there's more variety in this than there is in the Naked Honey palette. The shades were like nice. I wish there were more metallics, but well, no, I guess it's almost half and half. Yeah, it's almost half and half, but they perform really well. The mattes perform really well. I love the smell of this one. I like the Gingerbread Spice Original better because of the color selection, but this performs very well, and really impressed with this Too Faced quality because, you know, they're not all the same, but I really like that one. Then we have this Sigma Cor de Rosa palette. Loved the look that I created with this. I thought it was super beautiful, and also these shades were very pigmented. They blended really nicely. This was my first time trying Sigma shadows, and I was very impressed, and I'm really excited to use that palette more in the future. And then lip products, I used everything, yay me, but there were 2 I wanted to update you on. And the first is this mini Bite Beauty lipstick in Chai. I think this is a pretty color. I think the Bite Beauty Amuse Boost lipsticks are nice, but I don't reach for a ton. I have other colors I prefer, so I'm gonna declutter this one. I'm gonna see if my mom already has it. If not, I'll give it to her. I've given her so many different Bite Beauty lip products. And then the other lipstick I have is MAC Blankety. So this is a amplified finish, and I told you guys I wasn't sure if I would like this better in fall or winter. I tried it on, it's a little bit too cool toned with this warm makeup, so I'm gonna be moving this into my winter makeup, and I will try it again in a couple of months. So it's a nice formula, just a color better suited for winter. So I think I got through that pretty quick. So let me count up the number of things that I'm decluttering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pretty good, and 3 of those were palettes. So I do feel really good about that, about decluttering things from my collection, and that I was still able to test things and review them for you guys. So I know this was super quick, and like I said, next month I'm gonna do speed reviews, and I think they're gonna be about 10 new products to me that I will be reviewing for you guys in a separate video next month. So then for my makeup basket for this month, again, we have a lot going on, even more than last month, which is insane. So starting with nail polishes, these make me so happy. I only picked 3 for this month because I'm already behind in filming. And these are 3 polishes that I bought last Black Friday, I think, from 90 Lacquer, which is an amazing nail polish brand created by Jess Face 90X on YouTube. And she does have a website and an Instagram as well. And she makes these polishes by herself, which is so amazing. So what I'm wearing on my nails today is Maple. So reflective and gorgeous. I love that color. I just thought these are so perfect for October. Then I've got Decay, which is a really beautiful swampy color. It's got some shimmer in it. And then this other shade is called Mulled Wine, which is a really deep vampy color with some gold glitter. So very excited to try those other 2 shades. I've been impressed with every polish I've tried from Jess. Next, for brows, I've got a simple routine at the moment. So I start with my NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil. Then I'm filling in my brows completely with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe. I was hoping I'd be done with it by this point. If I was wearing makeup every day, I would be, but I only have this little nubbin left. So I will definitely finish this by the end of the month, which is super exciting because I've had this for 2 years, this backup maybe, and I'm ready to get on to my Benefit brow pencils. And then I will be finishing off with this Benefit 3D Brow Tones in the shade number 2, which is a brow gel that has like a little bit of a metallic sheen to it, but I'm wearing it on my brows today and they don't look metallic. I really, really like that. And moving on to complexion, there's a lot going on here. So I'm starting with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, then going in with the Cover FX Mattifying Primer all over, and then the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Primer for my large pores. And then I'm using the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I put this in my base drawer because I'm trying to prime my eyes before I put on foundation and powder. That way it will blend a little bit better. Then for foundation, I'm panning this deluxe sample of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade number 1. But I have 2 new foundations that I would like to test out, and these will be reviewed for you guys at the end of the month. This is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie in LG3, and then what I'm wearing today is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation, the new oil-free matte version in the shade Fair. And I've been wearing my makeup for 8 hours at this point, and this actually has held up really well. I touched up just like a little bit through the center of my face before this video, but super impressed with that one so far. Then for concealer, for blemishes, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer in 1in Light Neutral. I just opened up a new tube of that. Then I decided that I'm going to keep and try to use up this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in C1. There's not that much left, so I'm fine powering through to finish it up. Then I've got 2 new concealers I'm going to be reviewing. The Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser, which was the Diamond gift 2 months ago. This is a new concealer on the market. And then I also picked up the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand in Sunbeam during the 21 Days of Beauty. I thought this was a glowy concealer. Turns out it's a liquid highlight, but I've used it a couple different ways, so I'll give you more thoughts in that review. And then for setting spray, it's in a different bottle, but this is the Lancome Fix It and Forget It setting spray, I believe. Moving on to cheeks, we have a lot of things going on here as well. So I've got my bronzer that I'm panning, which is Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. Then the other bronzer that I'm rotating is from Fenty Beauty. This is the shade Shady Biz, which is the second lightest shade of the range. Wearing it today, really love this one. For contour, I'm using the Bobbi Brown bronzer in the shade Medium. I also pulled in a cream bronzer this month. This is the Milk Makeup matte bronzer in the lighter shade Baked. I also have a couple cream blushes this month. All of the cream products you'll get reviews on in my Partners in Cream project pan. This first one is the NARS Multiple in the shade Orgasm, more of a summer color, but I just want to test this out right away to see if I want to keep it or not. Then I've got this Tower 28 blush in Magic Hour, and this Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blush in Blurred Buff, which is a really pretty nude. Then I've got 4 powder blushes this month. The first that I'm wearing today, this is Tarte Amazon Clay and Seduce. Love this color, and it is a really nice formula. I would just say don't swatch it too much because it seems like the oils on your fingers will like dry out the products. Then for a brighter, peachier orange, more orange blush, this is MAC Peaches, which is a sheer tone. I also have something that I really love and can't wait to use more. This is a Cover FX blush duo in Warm Honey. Love the matte side, just have to be careful when I apply it because it is intense. Then I have one chopping block blush. This is Ofra's Rendezvous. I've used it once so far, but I want to use it a couple more times to make up my mind. Then I've got 2 highlights, 1 favorite and 1 chopping block. So the favorite is what I'm wearing today. Again, I applied it 8 hours ago, so it might not be as intense. This is Benefit Cookie. Amazing formula and color. I would love for them to come out with more shades. Then the chopping block one is the Juvia's Place Tribe Highlighter in Volume 3. It's a pretty color. I just feel like it can give a lot of like a textured look to the lid. It's a very similar formula to their shimmer eyeshadows, and I think that's just too much for my textured skin, but we'll see. And the color is so beautiful, and I love the packaging. So that's everything I have pulled for cheeks, which is a lot. Okay, so I am back to show you the eye products. Like everything, there's a lot going on here too. So I already showed you guys my eye primer. I've got a couple singles I'm gonna be using this month. The first is what I'm wearing today. This is a Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot in Martini. My friend Jean sent me an amazing golden olive. Absolutely love this color and this formula. I have another Tarte Chrome Pot. This one is in Fire Dancer. It's a beautiful red shade. It's broken, so I can't open it up. Then I've got 3 ColourPop Super Shock shadows. This first one is 8-track. One of my favorites. It's a really pretty golden olive. It's a pearlized finish. Then we've got Thirsty Girl, which is a really pretty like deeper golden bronze shade. This is a metallic finish. This shade for some reason is like extra creamy. Not complaining though. Then we got one of my favorites. This is White Rabbit. It's a really pretty copper, and it is a pearlized finish, which is my favorite finish. Then I've got some quads, and these are 2 of my e.l.f. quads, which I haven't used yet, and I've had them since like the beginning of the year, so shame on me, I've just swatched them so far. The first one is Pumpkin Pie, which is the more basic warm neutral one, 2 shimmers, 2 mattes. And then I've got Hot Jalapeno, which has 2 shimmers, 2 mattes. Really cool greens. I'm excited to try this. I've got a gel liner I want to try to use. This is the Dose of Colors Set the Tone in the shade Hit the Road. It's a Marsala color. We'll see. I didn't use mine last month. Then we've got some bases here. So I've got the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Mini in Intense Rose Gold. I have the Nude Sticks Magnetic Luminous Eye Color in Copper Foil, the Pixie Endless Shade Stick in One and Done, which is also copper. For liners, I've got Urban Decay Jean-Michel Basquiat 24/7 liner in Anatomy, which is like a matte terracotta. I've got my little baby Maybelline Lasting Drama liner in Striking Copper. It's on my lower lash line today. I also have the Maybelline Master Precise All Day liquid liner. Really enjoying this one so far. It does have a felt tip, so it's probably going to dry out a little sooner possibly than the brush tips, but loving it so far. I have my Lancome Sills Booster Lash Primer. I opened up 2 new mascaras this month, and again I'm going to use these for only 2 months because I have so many to get through. The first one is from Butter London. This is the Double Decker Lashes Mascara. Very volumizing, and it didn't apply as clumpy as it looks like it would. And then I have the Pat McGrath Labs Fetish Eyes Mascara, which is fine so far. Then I have all my palettes, and again, there is a ton for this month. The first is something that I picked up recently. this, well, in the past couple of months. This is the Natasha Denona Mini Star palette, which has some really pretty colors in it. I have the Anastasia Master Palette by Mario. Love this one, but I just want to get some more use out of it. Next is something I have not used yet. This is the Zoeva Spice of Life palette. I have the Colored Rain Safari Rain palette. I've used this one a couple of times before, but I would like to play around with some of the more like olive and khaki shades I haven't used as much. Juvia's Place Saharan 2. I'm not going to be using the blues, but I would love to use the other shades in here to see what I think. Then we've got the Sigma Enchanted palette. So excited for the really beautiful duochrome shimmers in here, and I'm definitely going to look up some tutorials using this one. Then we've got Urban Decay Naked Heat. Out of Cherry, Heat, and Honey, Heat is definitely my favorite. Even though they're all like monochromatic palettes, I think this one has the most variety, at least for me. Love the formula of this one, and I'm just excited to use it more. Then I have the Anastasia Jackie Aina palette. Again, I've used this a couple of times, but I would like to get some more use out of this one. And lastly, I have the Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. I haven't used this one yet, but I have to use it in October because, hello, it's a spell book. All the shades are named after witches from movies and TV shows, which is so cool. So I'm very excited to try this out. I have one other palette from Manny, and I've used it a little bit and I've liked it. So this will be super fun. So you've got some blues and greens, some neutrals, and some purples. So beautiful. So much shadow to use this month. So again, I'm really just going to be able to use everything just once. For lip products, I have a bunch of different things here as well. So I'm going to try my best to wear each of these once. The first is something new to me that I want to review for you guys. This is the Becca Plumping Lip Balm from the Hydrolite collection. This is the shade Tide. It is the nude color. I'll show you the swatches up close at the end. Again, just a tinted lip balm. It smells a bit like melon, which I don't like. So I'm gonna see if it bothers me on the lips. If it does, I'll get rid of it. I'm hoping it doesn't. I like the packaging. The color looks pretty, but we'll see how it feels on the lips. That's most important. Then I have a little mini Tower 28 Shine On lip gloss in the shade Chill, which is a clear, which that's that one right there. So glossy. I love that. Then I have a Buxom full-on lip polish in the shade Celeste. A lot of people like to use this as a topper, and that is that third swatch right there. Very, very pretty. I love the Buxom glosses. Then I've got 4 MAC lipsticks. I have one mini. This is in the shade Velvet Teddy, which is a matte finish. You guys know this is a very iconic color. Looks very pretty in the swatch. Next MAC lipstick is Modesty. This is a cream sheen finish. It doesn't look too pinky here. This is another color I wasn't sure if I would like better in fall or winter, but I think it will work well for fall. So we will see. Try it with a couple looks. Next, I have something that is new to me. This is Mocha. This is a satin finish. I've got that one swatched. Whoops. Swatched right here. Really pretty color. And then I have Marrakesh, which is a matte finish. This is something I got as a free gift from Ulta during the lipstick day sale. This color right here. Very pretty, but really dark. Then we've got my liquid lipsticks. The first is Dozo Colors Truffle, one of my all-time favorite formulas, and I love that color. And then these other ones are similar. This one's just a little bit lighter. It's like each one just gets like a little darker. Next is the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Sandy Belle, which is this shade right here. You don't need all 3 of these. They're very similar, but I already have them, so I want to get use out of all of them. And the third shade is the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Sellout. So I have just a mini, and as you can tell, very similar, but just get a little bit darker. Then we've got the more brown, still like has a bit of an orange to it, but it's more brown. This is the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Hot Buttered Rum. Really unique color, and I love the smell of that one. And then I have a formula that's new to me. I've had this for a little while, but I haven't used it yet. This was a free gift with a purchase. This is the In Cosmetics Infinite Lip Cloud in the shade Faded Clementine, which is a really pretty and intense orange. Burnt orange. So here are the swatches up close. This is the Becca Lip Balm. The shine right here is that Tower 28 gloss, Buxom Celeste. Then we've got MAC Velvet Teddy, Modesty, Mocha Marrakesh, Dose of Colors Truffle, Oh for a Sandy Belle, Too Faced Sellout, Too Faced Hot Butter Rum, and M Cosmetics Faded Clementine. So guys, that is everything I have to use for October. It's a ton of stuff, especially considering that I'm late in filming this month, but I still have the same amount of videos to film. But I might want to cut down on a few of the unnecessary videos to try to get caught back up in my schedule because I'm 2 weeks behind, but we'll see what happens. I will do my best to use all these products at least once. So like I said, at the end of the month, I am going to do a speed review video on 10 to 12 of these products here that I'm trying out for the first time this month, so I can give you guys some thoughts on them. So I'm gonna post that speed reviews video right before my monthly makeup basket. And I think that's gonna work out just fine. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. I would love to know your thoughts on the things that I'm gonna be using this month, and I would love to know what you are using this month, and I will talk to you later. Bye guys.